welcome back to Dreadsoul. Last week, our heroes got up to some... Well, I'll let one of them tell you. Who shall recap last week's story? Maybe I'll let them volunteer. Who volunteers as tribute?
Meh!
Very well, Blue. Go ahead.
Excellent in-character notes by Sarah. We are in Barovia. We need to go talk to Vestanini spelling for other things that are things.
Excellent work. We're all very proud.
And also Stratus here. And he may have attacked a poor man, which is not good. And then I didn't get any pie, sad face. We need to go to the new house, but it doesn't look good, and Mr. Burgerman is dead. There we go, perfectly recapped. I think we all know where we stand with that.
I'm looking at my own notes and I still don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Very well put. I think that sums up all the important details of last week.
Okay,
I'm sure
more seriously,
nothing about missing any of that information shall hurt you. Or...
More seriously, we started out after the horrible house of death and destruction, and our friend Tin Whistle mysteriously vanished and was replaced with Big Lizard Man called Thrack. He's cool. I'm really concerned what's happened to Tin Whistle now. But then we went into...
I ate her.
We went into a little town and went to a shop and bought a map, which will probably be very helpful. We then went to a tavern to get a night's sleep, which went perfectly fine, and nothing happened at all in the slightest, did it, Kels?
I don't say something.
And then we woke up, and some guy thought that we looked capable and needed our help. I don't know where he got that idea from. And then we went to this house, which did in fact have a dead man in it, which we are now in the process of taking to a church, presumably to be buried.
Which will take us about 600 feet. Yes, 600 feet times.
Beat me tick! I've literally got it, the last thing that I've written in my book.
600 feet of time.
600
I'm
feet
so
of
fucking
time.
sad that Marin's such a stick in the mud because I used to write memes down. Now I don't.
So apparently we've got Spooked to write memes down now.
He's our memer.
Very dishonourable.
We also had a body in the middle of the room, and Hadrian went, "Where's the body?"
Yeah, and you volunteered to just
Never
carry it
forget this.
over your shoulder.
Nothing
Where
like
do you
respect
want
for
this
the
dead man? Into this hole you go, son! It's like the scene from Toy Story 3. Bye, Woody! And now
Well,
we
I
join these
think we have
accidental
covered
morons.
most things, and if they do try to carry on rather rambunctiously to delay the inevitable,
Yes.
let's get right back into it.
No.
As you stated, you were last at the front of a church with your two companions and a third companion not so with. Now, you were looking up at the church, and as you approach, you can see the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire. Your two companions, however, simply sigh with relief that they have reached holy ground, and they start taking the coffin out round back, and they ask you very politely, would you mind going in and getting the priest? Just don't go into the basement, we're safe here.
Well, Mordecai, we tried. Let's go elsewhere.
Hadrian's knocking on the door.
Why would you do that?
Because it's polite to knock. It'd be rude if I just opened the door.
This place is brandished with death.
It's brandished with things trying to get in. Nothing trying to get out.
The fuck? That we know of.
Why did you have to say that, Mordecai?
There is no answer at the door.
You see, no one is home. We should leave.
Well, this isn't a home, so that is an accurate statement. But this is a church, and they said there's a priest here, so. Boom, boom, boom.
What do you suggest we do? Throw someone through the window?
Actually,
I could do it.
No.
Has anyone checked to see if the door is open?
It would be rude to open without knocking.
I open door. I do not know these customs.
The door opens to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see the chapel is strewn with debris, and you can hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
And that is our cue to leave.
Scary.
Sarah, remember what the nice people said. Don't go in the hole. Okay, good. I proceed to walk inside. Do 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 do. Hello.
You just
Is there
walk
anyone
up-
there? Walk
you
up to.
walk deeper through the hall.
Yes, I walk towards. Is there an altar? Is there like some sort of?
It's just a corridor by the sounds of
The
it.
chapel is a shambles, with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabra light every dusty corner in a feverish attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower.
I begin to approach Mr. Shambles in the corner.
Mordecai, what are we doing?
I guess you're good as mine. And I'll just follow you inside.
That is not what I would guess. I follow behind Mordecai.
I'm going at the back of the pack.
At the front.
I look over the
Beneath
altar
the chapel
toward.
floor, you hear a young man's voice cry, "Father! I'm starving!" The priest, however, sits there and remains in prayer, his voice hoarse and hard to really understand.
I see the priest. I approach them and I say, "Hello. We were told to come and get you."
I checked the roof. What the hell is going on here?
You look up at the roof and there is nothing to see except the rope goes up to a bell tower.
Okay.
Does it sound like the voice is coming from the aforementioned basement?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, excellent.
The
place
priest
we were told not to go.
seems to be very busy in his prayer, and he hasn't seemed to notice you just quietly greeting yourself. He might take a bit more of a more of a rough approach because he seems lost.
I step that little bit closer. I kneel down and put a big hand on his shoulder. Boom. Hello. Sorry to startle you. We were told to
He
come get you by
jumps as you, it sort of twitches as he sort of startled awake sort of thing, and he seeing this big beast thing sort of looming into him and grabbing him by the shoulder. He's like, oh no, oh sorry, you are not sorry at first appearances, but
That's
first appearances are
understandable.
just that. My apologies. What is it that I can do for you, fine people?
We were told to come and get you by Ismark. He said that he would like his father's remains to be appropriately buried and that you would be able to assist.
And just going to reveal the priest to you. There is enough
Old
characters in
man
this game
Jenkins!
there's enough characters in this game to sink a small battleship.
By throwing them?
No, you can put them on the ship and sink it.
Do you see him?
Yes, I
Yes.
see Old Man Donovan.
Excellent.
We do, however, see the text that's there as well in the village of Barovia. So if you don't want that revealed, you can edit that into the GM.
Well,
that doesn't really matter.
later
'Cause
on.
the GM stuff has more stuff, so that's just basic
Oh,
information.
okay, that's
That
what
would be
she was
exactly-
Oh, okay.
You do the GM notes, that's fine. Anyway, as I said, he's weak in voice. He says he's his father. Oh yes. Give me just a moment, and he starts clattering around with pieces of paper and all that that's on the altar, and shuffling through them, apparently getting ready.
Hadrian is the old man with the stick, like just holding it to the side, a gentle smile, like, okay, will we wait for you outside the door?
No, that would be. Sorry. Just let me gather my papers. Please, come help me bury him as soon as possible. The dawn's light will soon be gone, and it must be done at dawn.
Very well, then we shall do so.
Have we
I
ever
tried to help.
seen Dawn here?
It's just been dawn, and it doesn't. And yes, it is slightly brighter than when it was night when you slept at the inn, because you only just woke up recently at the crack of dawn. So it's the later parts of dawn, but yeah, you're not
Still
sure how you
dark.
bury somebody when it's still dawn. Yeah, well, the fog always ensures a certain level of darkness in this land.
Hmm.
Is it a tradition that he must be buried at dawn?
Yes, the Paylor, the Dawnfather. He's the one who once protected these lands, and well, anyway, let's get to it. And he leads you out the back to the graveyard where you meet your two other companions, and you see quite a few dug graves. Apparently, he had had the foresight to dig graves just in case somebody needed them to save time.
How efficient.
Yes, well, it's best not to leave dead things unpurified for long.
Do not stray too close to those graves, young one. It's disrespectful.
Okay.
Please.
I walk along the
help
graves.
me- Help me lower it. We've got a pulley system here that will lower the thing, and he shows you how some of the bigger of you how to operate it and help him.
I cling
move
to your
the coffin
Tota's leg.
Ugh.
I step back and let everyone else do it.
Arms folded. Yes, work, servants.
You understand?
Slaves of the Triton god.
Daughter of the sea.
Hey.
Hadrian helps with the police.
I'll have you roll athletics. Couple of volunteers.
Suckers.
Yeah, I'll help as well.
How many volunteers are we looking for? Stop moving that character closer to me, Blue.
Two will be fine.
I can see it.
I said I was clinging to his leg. Told her to not go near the holes, and you're not near the holes.
First roll of the night.
Bodes well.
Good luck, it's Barovia. That's all we're getting.
Yeah, we've expended it now.
Yeah, right.
I have delivered the dead to the Lord.
Look, remember what you said earlier about shot putting in the fucking body? Boom! Go!
I threw it on the ground.
Your dad's not a zombie!
Oh dear.
Your turn, Erwin. You're giving a hand.
Oh, right.
God damn.
All said.
Thank you.
Okay. You get you get the corpse in quite readily, the coffin, I should say, and you start shoveling all the dirt and all that while Donovich is saying a prayer. He keeps a close eye on the dawn to make sure that it is the appropriate time, but he says these few words. Nobody here speaks Celestial or anything.
I do. Oh wait, no. I'm
I'm kidding.
Elizabeth
I'm gonna check, but
Barbarian.
I'm gonna go with.
Guys, I saw a lot of ruins in my time.
I thought about doing Celestial, but then I did Undercommon.
I think to speak
Actually-
many a language, Celestial is not one of them.
I reckon Neren's justification as well would be, yeah, I know Celestian. I've eaten my fair share of priests.
No,
I thought you were gonna say. I thought
because
you were
I'm a
gonna say
warrior.
I've eaten my fair share of gods.
It would have been
Aldrich,
because
is that you?
it's because I'm a path of the Zealot or Zealot. So it would have actually been in class.
That would
to
have
have-
been hilarious.
In barbarian school.
At barbarian school, they taught me Celestial. Celestial rage.
We're getting off topic.
The best
Yes,
heavy
yeah.
metal band.
I majored in
Celestial
Spain.
rage.
As the ritual concludes, Donovich closes his books and papers and nods to you all. He says, "Thank you. I believe the old Burgermeister will be at rest now."
You did it good.
I'll give like a head bow. I'm not familiar with their traditions, Mordecai. I'm sorry, I do not speak that.
After you finally have a moment, you can see around the cemetery. A fence wrought iron with rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. Tightly packed gravestones shrouded in fog bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet. There is one thing you notice on a gravestone a bit distant. A singular, extraordinarily beautiful white rose is placed upon one of the headstones.
Can I make a nature check to understand the significance of doing that, or history?
I'll go see.
It would have to be a history if you're talking about significance.
That fucking freaked me out.
What, Peter and the
It's like, what is the significance of the white rose? And then a blanket just starts coming up over Kay like this. Get behind you!
So yeah, history. Roll
Oh,
history.
Strahd.
Strahd covered in a blanket.
Okay.
Humans.
Good man.
You know that placing flowers on graves is a way to respect the dead, and you also know that white symbolizes eternity. You don't know any specific significance of a rose per se, but yeah, it is common to leave white flowers upon graves.
Can we see whose grave it is? Is there a name on it?
You can. At this point, Irene, and what is, I suppose, now the new Burgermeister, thank you. Irina in particular says, thank you for that. We thought you were one of Strahd's to begin with, but I see now that you're here to help. You probably have many questions, and I'm happy to answer.
Spook's mother just stepped in and made him jump for his life. That's a clip. Someone
She's
clip
my
that.
new hero.
Someone clip that.
Go away.
Someone clip
Go
that.
away before I bury you.
Someone clip
Go away.
that. She
gone.
Spook.
Yes,
She
please.
waved to
Goodbye.
us. All right.
I would
She
just like
waved
to thank her for adding the 4D experience to my...
I am going on Twitch and clipping that immediately.
Thank you. Thank you.
While
timestamp
Spook recovers.
the timestamp is 19 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. A1.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Hello, my dear boy.
You're right, love. You're right, love.
She caught you a gem. Caught you a gem.
Oh, that was not fun. Oh, I've gone all sweaty now from that. Oh, it's something funny.
Take it off! Take it off!
Oh boy, that was funny.
Luke, she straight up opened the door, stepped, looked into the camera, waved at us, and then grabbed your shoulder.
I swear she thinks I can hear more in these headphones than I actually can.
Anyway, Donovich also nods his head and says, yes, I'd be most happy to answer questions before I return to my...
What is the sound that comes from the basement of the church?
And what the hell were those claw marks on the door and altar?
And how do we go home?
Okay, that is quite a few Donovich, it looks sad, and the other two look at him, and he just eventually comes out and says, that would be what is left of my son.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. What happened?
Left of him?
He screamed.
Yes.
She scram.
It's hard for me. It was a little over a year ago. I'll tell you the story. All of us, let's go inside the church for now. Best not to talk about this out.
Step in the church.
Still clinging.
And you do indeed go back into the church, and I will change the music to be a bit more appropriate.
I'll move over some of the pews that are not as broken to sit down on.
You didn't say whose name it was on the grave either, by the way.
Oh, sorry. You go up to the grave. Who specifically is looking?
Me and him. I would have approached anyway, myself, looking at
I would
the...
only
you
approach to stand behind him.
It's amazing how you move with a kobold strapped to your leg.
Roll an inspection check with advantage because it's sort of right out there in the open.
You can do it, man.
Oh, I really can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thou get out of my game!
Oh, she's bought chocolate as a peace offering.
Thank you.
Whatever name was once upon this tombstone has long been worn away, and you see no discernible way of figuring out if it ever indeed did say anything.
Okay.
So you all go into the church?
Yeah. I'm trying desperately hard to take notes.
When you all
I'm
get
not.
into the church,
I'm not.
he
Put dead burger
encourages
in
you
hole.
to sit down on what little of the pews and all that remained. He talks in hushed tones. You see, a little more than a year ago, my 20-year-old son, Doru, and several other villagers stormed the castle Ravenloft in revolt. They were following a wizard in black robes who came to Barovia from some faraway land. The wizard died by Strahd's hand, and so too did my son, Doru.
He died?
Yes. He came back changed. Another one of the devil's Strahd's. He did it on purpose to cause me suffering. I was fortunate enough to be able to lock him in the basement in vain hope of finding some sort of cure, and at least I know he is safe. It's some small blessing. The dead never truly rest here.
Do they get bored?
I dare think. He seems of no mind of anything but hunger.
Has he tried a sandwich?
Shh.
Just then you hear more. Just then you hear more banging. Feed me, father!
What exactly changed about him?
Yeah. It's hard to say. His teeth grew. He is not of the living anymore. He is some sort of undead creature. That's all I know, to be honest. This
Can
is
I make a
Devil
nature
Strahd's work.
Could I make a nature check to be like undead, fangs, screaming that he's a hungry boy? Could I try to figure?
Can I insight check the priest? See
Sure.
if there's information that he is obviously withholding.
Boy wants a snack.
Yeah, Adrian, you have no idea.
Baby needs snack.
I give baby a snack of torque.
You don't sense any deception from him, but I will take you and
It's a
Spook's
whisper.
face immediately.
It's a whisper. It's a whisper. What could
So I made the clip you requested. It is on Twitter.
It was so beautiful.
And he's back. Guess I'll die.
Hello, record for quickest DMs whisper ever.
Of course, Spook is involved in the quickest thing.
I don't know what that expression is. There's a very specific emotion here, and I don't know what precisely that it is.
indeed you are correct. You don't know.
The fuck, Nemo?
This emotion is a meme.
Ah,
Nemo,
yes.
Nemo knows that Spook is an excellent strategist, so he has to give him 0 time to think.
Yep.
So yes, he's finished talking to you. Was there any other questions? Or...
Why did he assault Castle Strahd?
The Devil Strahd has been hounding this land for a long time. Sorry, I just have to go through my notes real quickly.
Why did he do
That's
this?
a big mood. I understand on a
Just stop
It's
something.
more that's a very loaded statement. There's a lot of answer to give, so I'm just going to make sure that
Don't fuck it up.
I don't think I would mess it up. I just don't want to miss anything in what he would be willing to tell.
Well, this session's already kicked off to an amazing start because I'm already finished on this page. Next.
Yep, I'm on page team.
I'll race your curls.
Ha!
Good
Fool's errand.
I've got 3
I'm an amateur.
lives.
I'm an English.
I'm an idiot!
Spook,
Okay,
because he
fair,
can outfight
fair.
Crumble 101 and can outwrite Curls 101. These are two things that are figuratively both of the same stature of don't try it at home, kids.
At least he's brave and determined.
This is true. More than literally anyone else in this party. Everyone else is like, fuck that.
I can watch these back, unlike Oakart.
That's true.
You see, the Devil Strahd is a curse placed on this land because of a sin of the Barovian ancestor.
What does that mean?
Irene, the priest is starting to get a bit choked up again, and it's clear that he probably hasn't slept all night in prayer and all that. And Irene says, "Let me see them for a bit. Have a moment's rest." And he says, "I think I'll pray a little more. Just give me a moment." And he goes back to his altar and he's praying, and she turns to you and says, "Strahd is. We call him the Devil Strahd, and the priest won't say it, but he is a vampire. He fears the word as if it will invoke the beast, but You want to know about Strahd? May I ask why?
It seemed
Oh.
curious to me that a boy of 20 would go to take on a castle with mere militia. He must have had strong inclinations to do so.
Yes, well, we get desperate in this land. With Strahd breathing down our neck and his spies everywhere. But, as the priest said, a wizard came to lead them, and I suppose there was hope, but that hope was quickly dashed.
Who was this wizard, and why was he so trusted to fight alongside them?
I do not know. I was not there at the time. He turns to the now burgomaster, and he shakes his head, not knowing himself.
Maybe we can ask him.
Yes,
You want to go down into the basement and talk to a deranged man that cries for hunger?
No, the wizard man. The
Oh.
spell man.
The wizard
He is
died.
gone, Sarah.
But if the man downstairs is alive, then the wizard should be alive, yeah?
Not necessarily so.
No.
Could be. Not sure.
I'm sorry, I'm just currently picturing her just looking up between our two models like...
My neck hurts.
So does the wizard's.
There are some things I should tell you that will help you now that you're in these lands as well, if you would hear them. Yes?
Can I? My brain just flagged because she mentioned
I want to
spies
do
everywhere.
stealthy bitch stuff.
Can I check her to see if she's like trying to make us, if she's trying to manipulate us into believing something very specific?
Yeah, go for it.
Like, hey, go fight Strahd for us, because it'll be fun to watch.
I mean that.
That
also,
pain in the
like,
neck joke was funny, please do it
The
again.
minute you mention spies, it's
Fight
like
her,
immediately
peasant.
it's like, you say spies.
Yes, go ahead, roll
Nope.
you sense no deception in a word.
Today I am gullible.
We'll listen here, angsty, and leave you to your fates.
Carry on.
As the conversation carries on, the priest eventually returns to you, and they seem quite happy. You can sort of consider this your reward for a quest well done, fellow players, with a bit of a wealth of information that I will now list off for you. This would be probably a good time to be taking notes.
It hasn't been a good time.
I'll list it off. Regarding the Devil Strahd, you have learnt that Strahd von Zolkovich is a vampire, and he dwells in the castle Ravenloft. No one is welcome inside the castle. It is believed that the Devil Strahd is a curse placed on the land because of the sins of the Barovian ancestors. They also know that a vampire must rest in its coffin during the day at night. In the day. At night, it can summon wolves, vermin to do its bidding. A vampire can transform into a bat, a wolf, or a cloud of mist. In its human form, it can dominate you with its powerful gaze. They also inform you a
Powerful gay?
vampire...
Powerful
Gaze.
gay, yes.
The power beware the powerful gay.
I'm right here.
Closest I'm inside.
A vampire can't enter a residence without an invitation from one of the occupants. Running water burns a vampire like acid, and sunlight causes a vampire to burst into flame. Sunlight, as you're probably aware in these lands, is quite limited. Now, some information about the lands of Barovia. Anyone who attempts to leave the lands of Barovia begin to choke on the fog. Those who don't turn back perish. Many strangers have been drawn into Barovia over the years, but they all die or disappear before long. Wolves, direwolves, and werewolves prowl the Slavic woods, and hungry bats fill the skies at night.
Are they all named Sandry?
God damn it!
The village of Barovia sits at the east end of the valley. This is actually, that's just information you can get from your map, so I won't bother with it.
What was the bit about the direwolves and whatnot? Sorry.
The Slavic words is wolves, werewolves, and direwolves in the woods, and then there's bats in the sky.
Thanks.
Two defined forces watched over the Barovian people, the Morning Lord and the Mother. Before the curse of Strahd befell the land.
Mother what, sorry?
The mother what, sorry?
Mother Night.
Ah.
Before the curse of Strahd befell the land, the Morning Lord watched over the Barovian people from sunrise until sundown. Now the sun has not shone unobscured for centuries, and the Morning Lord no longer answers their prayers. This is all the information they have given. That was randomly selected from some information they have made known.
Hmm.
And that is sort of your reward for your quest.
Only one question. How the fuck do you spell Strahd's son?
Just Google it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
VON.
Yeah, I got that part.
I actually want to guess if I can get it right.
I'm not taking your guess, I'm gonna Google
Just
it.
check that tattoo on your heart.
Hey.
Nah, that's Imrith.
Zarovich, that's it.
Doesn't hit a sore spot with me.
There we go.
No, but it would have done if you had a chance to hunt her.
Okay,
I wasn't invited.
back in the room. Enough memeing.
Sorry, babe.
Well, Mordecai, it looks like we cannot leave this place. Unless something is done about this curse.
It seems that way.
I'm reluctant in the words I'm about to share with you, but should we do something?
I believe
What
so.
do you suggest?
I was hoping you would have some guidance.
You're the smart one.
The new burgomaster speaks up and says, you saw what happened to my father, and I would not recommend attacking. Every attack against him has led to just more bloodshed.
Perhaps we could learn of the land around. If it is as old as he is, maybe it knows something of him.
Ground doesn't talk last time I just...
Trees do, though.
That is also a falsification.
Yeah,
No,
they
I
have
can literally
mouths.
talk to trees.
He likes to speak to trees.
No, they've not got mouths, that's impossible.
You can talk to trees, but they do not talk back, I would assume.
I can also hear them if I perform a spell.
Then can you ask these pews what it was that destroyed this place?
No, they're dead wood.
You have double standards. I do not agree with this.
What
oh
is
good,
a
I'm
lie if
stuck
I
in
can
hell
talk?
with idiots! Wonderful!
Wait.
Donovich then says,
You can
Oh,
talk to trees, and these are dead trees. You're a cleric. You can talk to the dead. I call bullshit. Mordecai, I do not trust this man.
It's
I
okay.
trust anyone.
Donovich says, please, if you could, take Irene as far away from Castle Ravenloft. Irene just sort of looks at him weirdly and like, what? What do you mean? Take it to the Abbey of St. Maracus in Kresik. Or failing that, maybe the fortified town of it would be the best place for her. Irene says, no, why should I leave my home?
What were those two places, are?
Abbey of St. Maracas.
This is gonna happen a lot.
Marakivia.
This is important stuff. I want to make sure I get it.
Kresik. Would you like me to spell it for you?
No, as long as I've got... Fine. Yep.
Maybe real.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Guess I'll die.
Just say that every 10 minutes.
In Krezik.
The Abbey of Saint. That in yeah.
Oh, right.
Not maracas.
Maracas.
I'm writing that in my notes. Maracas.
It's also in Marin's, which is not necessarily a character, but still very
Or
funny
the
to me.
fortified town of Valaki. He offers to show you where these places are on your.
Yes, please.
Excellent.
And is there? We'll take a little break since Das is.
Okay.
Cool.
We should quickly refill our drinks and be right back then.
Here's a low resolution map.
Hello.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Barrow. So, you are talking with Donovich and Irene and the Burgermeister. And Irene seems to take exception to the idea that she is some sort of object that can just be moved to place without her consent. Donovich, what are you talking about? The devil, he'll be coming after you. You gotta get out. And I was like, I will do nothing of the sort.
What do you think, Mordecai?
They start to bicker and argue and inane stuff, but eventually the Burgomaster just says, "You guys might want to wander off. I know my sister, and she went back down on the."
If you're both in to move.
Oh wait, sorry, it wasn't the father asking Irene to be taken away, it was her brother.
Yeah, her brother.
Yes.
Beg your pardon.
The father was the Burgomaster, but now the brother is dead.
Well, even father
the father
is a
is dead.
priest.
The brother is.
Yeah, don't get mixed up between her father and the father.
That's what I meant, the father.
In
Father
the name
Donovich.
of the Father, gods of a first country.
No.
Burgomaster. Okay.
You hear another series of bangings and more calls for food.
Yes,
He
I would
seems
like to
hungry.
know this.
Someone
I
should
have
give
spare
him
deer, like.
Someone should give him a sandwich.
Why don't you give him some deer?
Yes, that's a good idea. Nugget.
Go for it.
If you want some entertainment, why don't you give him one of your cursed gay pies?
Pies?
Also,
By the way,
I was about to say, have I been coming off of that yet?
no, not really.
Okay, cool.
He's just been standing there drooling slightly for the last 30 minutes.
Just looking at everybody. Ooh, there's a nugget. There's a shrimp.
Yeah, things seem quite good.
Aaron's drugged up on pies.
And will be, seemingly, for the rest of the campaign.
Mordecai, where next?
Next to what?
We are doomed to reside in this hellhole until we pass away or deal with the problem at hand. I do not like either option.
Well,
Would you like a hug?
No.
I hug him regardless.
No.
I hugged the rest of him then.
sucks.
Hadrian, get this thing off. Ah, no, stop. What are you doing?
Join in, she jumps up to me to hug, then I take her off.
I do not like this close
The
quarters.
Burgomaster goes to break up the argument, but then suddenly stops as if he's remembered something and then turns back to you and says, just one last thing. Whatever you do, never hurt a raven. And then he goes back.
Kill a raven.
No.
Okay.
Listen to the man.
Eat a raven, okay.
What do you have? A raven? No!
Hey guys, look! I found a raven.
No. It's like the grog scene. No.
They're good birds, Brent.
Can you tell us why? Why?
Maybe if we make armor out of living ravens, we will never die.
If you ask why before he gets back to the argument, he'll just say, lest it bring ill fortune.
Sure.
I can assume what will happen. We have a vampire that controls bats, wolves, and all manner of horrible things. I'm assuming the ravens are connected to him somehow.
Or to someone else.
He has a lot of friends.
Slaves are not friends.
Sure. Yeah.
Or
Definitely,
spies.
definitely not friends. If anyone could be friends with something like that.
So when they were talking before and we got the information, when they said you cannot leave Barovia, otherwise you'll choke, did they mean the town or did they mean the entire area?
They meant the entire area.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, take her to this other town outside of Barovia where
They
you'll
meant
choke
the
to
state
death.
of New York, not the city of New York.
Ah, yes.
Funny enough, a fitting description.
Right. Well. Are we done here?
I believe so.
Go elsewhere?
There's no point in staying
Well-
stuck in this town.
There is also, and Hadrian does point down, literally just points down. Do we want to do something about that?
I do not.
What do you suggest? Make him a sandwich.
Whatever's left of him down there is not our problem.
Agreed.
And plus, if the father seems to think he has everything under control here.
Are you
That is a
okay?
lie and you know it, but I will agree with you.
I
He
could tell
definitely
from the
doesn't.
screaming.
He definitely doesn't have it under control.
He does not have
Still.
this under control. It's a matter of time before whatever he has become breaks loose and becomes an issue.
I mean, it hasn't eaten us yet, so it's under control enough.
We'll be far from here when that happens.
We have a chance to do something now to put it away. Put away its misery.
And why would we? What do we get
Why
from
not?
this? You get
Good
nothing
thing
from
to
this.
do.
If we go down there, he will make a mess of us like he has done this entire church room.
I don't think this has just been his efforts.
Until such evidence provides itself, I am going to assume he did this alone. And he will remain down there in the basement, and if the father is killed in the process of protecting his son, then so be it.
Sounds like a plan.
Thank you.
I'll start walking
Really
towards the door.
wanted that sandwich.
I follow.
I pick up Sarah
You're
and I
walking
follow.
outside. Where are you going?
I go where he goes.
I didn't expect anything from you.
Do you really want to stay in here with that thing down there?
Do you really want to go outside with what's out there?
Do you really want to be in this place at all?
Hope it is for the people.
Wanna hurt me?
Yes.
I don't think these walls are going to protect us from Strahd and his minions.
They can because he's not been welcomed in.
One of his minions in the building.
Because it's the son of the... There's no way the priest did not let his son in.
And he will kill us. If we
He
stay
could
here.
kill us whenever we
Sure.
want. It's-
Hadrian, you can live in this church for the rest of your days. Me and Utota are going to go and find somewhere, or some way to get out of here. You're welcome to join us.
As irritating as the small one is, I feel like the BFG's help would be appreciated.
The big furball giant. The big furball granddad.
The big fey giant. The big furball giant. The big freaking gay. The big
All
furry
of these
guy.
things apply.
He makes good sandwiches.
Stop
I
talking
put
about
good
sandwiches,
berries.
I'm getting hungry now!
I want
I
a
put good-
sandwich.
Would you like beer, like?
Yes.
I do not trust anything that
Here you
you've
go.
killed. You could be poisonous for all I know.
It's fine. It's from swamp.
That does not make it better.
Makes it
What I
crunchy.
usually do is I take good berries and I put them in a sandwich.
Where is our heading,
Are the other two
Mordecai?
still arguing?
I'm going to walk out. I'm outside the door.
I'll follow outside and I just go. We've got a copy of the map, don't we? Well, Hadrian does, doesn't he?
Hadrian's got it, yeah.
I open up the map.
Are you outside or are you still in the building?
I go back out. I've been following him out, explaining my good berry sandwiches. Yes, I follow him out.
It's an ancient recipe passed down by my Mima.
Me mommy.
I said he makes good sandwiches.
By putting good berries in good sandwich.
Yes. Makes
According
good
to the
sandwich.
map, the only key locations that we have are some dreadful place known as the Bone Grinder. And two locations.
It's just
I'm gonna
giving
veto
it,
that.
give it a sec.
No worries. And a place called Kresik and a fortified town of Valaki. Now, my instinct is to go to this town of Valaki if it is described as fortified. No place gains such a name without proving itself first.
Actually, Krezik was the fortified town.
That is where Markovia was. The Markovia.
Valaki was. Right.
Oh.
I might be wrong.
Oh,
Either way.
help me.
There's a
I mean, if you look at the map on both of them, the one has
Lizard
walls.
man, I am the one with the book. I have been writing things. You have been eating things.
Maybe you should have a snack.
I am going to eat you in a minute.
Then I'll eat you.
I do not eat lizard.
I will eat it up, goblin. Despite this looming body of your boy. Go.
We were requested, if we could, to take Irene to the Markovia in Krezek, or to the fortified town of Valaki. Now, whether we take her with us or not is up to you guys.
But I think we should go to one of those places.
Valaki is both closer and described as fortified. On this map, Krezek looks much smaller and is very close to the fog.
How about both?
We could walk and use Wallachia as a resting point, and then continue to Krezek from there if it proves invaluable as a place of fortification.
That sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not sure if it shows up on your part of the map, but each one of these hexes is about a quarter mile.
okay.
Would have on the thing.
Okay.
How far can people travel in a day? I forget now. It was in the DMG.
8 miles?
I think it was four at a normal pace or 3 at a normal pace.
Depends on your pace.
Yeah.
We have some small beans, so.
Well, it's 8 miles time.
That's if you walked directly through the woods.
Yes.
You know, straight through the castle.
Yeah, straight through the castle!
The lizard just walked straight into a tree.
Okay, at a normal pace, you would go about 3 miles an hour. You could go about 24 miles.
That is going to take us a while. Is there any way that adds up stuff?
Could get there in a
Could get there in a
day.
day,
Quarter
apparently.
mile. The hex is
Yeah.
only a quarter mile, so that's Rovia's not that big.
Yeah, so it's about 18.5 mile walk. So we could make it there in a day.
That's just some real
Yes.
zigzags. I don't know if that's even the path.
It's
You have
roughly a
to-
guide.
You use the hexes and count them as you
Yeah,
according-
which way you
it's-
want to travel
it's
is
the scale.
entirely up. You don't have to take the roads.
Yeah, it's to scale on the map, so.
How confident do you feel about leading us through the forests here, Mordecai?
I mean, I can do it. I don't know these forests,
But
but.
forests have wolves.
This is true. We
Actually,
had
that is a point.
explanation.
Where
Good
is the
explanation
Slavic
as well.
woods?
I
For all
was-
we know, they
Boom.
can refer to every.
How the fuck? Those ones.
For all we know, Slavic woods could refer
You
to
okay?
every woodland here.
I poked my head back in the church. Where are the Slavic woods?
I pictured just his muzzle coming in with no eyes and just being like, bah, 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 bah. Where are the Slavic woods?
The Burgermeister, it seems they've stopped arguing, sort of at a huff on each side of the room, but the Burgermeister says, pretty much every. Look, let me.
Okay, apparently
Yeah,
all the
there's been
woods
a-
are Slavic woods.
Okay, I shall make a note.
Oh.
Slavic woods. Oh.
These woods are not squatting like I expected.
Squatting woods.
If you go down to the woods today, you're gonna find a fucking wolf.
So no, Sanji would not be in these woods.
Yeah, he would. He can't fucking spell.
Zvalich.
Yes, lovely. Okay.
Well, if we took the path to
Come on, Rob, when you
Valaki,
work with me.
if we took
You
the
can do it, I
path
have
to
faith.
Valaki, we would go across a bridge, across whatever river that is, which leads from what looks like marsh or swamplands, follow around, nesting very close to the woodlands where these werewolves are, and it appears as if a small town has been illustrated here, right next to this lake.
Maybe we should make that our first stop. And decide from there.
That seems like a plan. All in agreement?
Also, staying near water
Alright.
seems like a good idea considering all we've just been told.
Correct.
Especially
Yeah,
running water.
The question is, do we take this Irene with us?
Does
We
she
don't
wanna
have
go
a
with-
choice in the matter. It's if she's willing to join us. Only if she's willing to join us should we.
That is true if you choose to believe it.
Are those two still arguing?
No, they've stopped arguing.
I'm just picturing her poking her head every like 5 minutes. Are you done yet?
No, they're still bitching. Okay.
Pokes in. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Root.
If someone wishes to ask her, we should probably make a move before night returns.
Well, why don't you go in and ask?
I stick my head in. I walk into the church again. Miss Irene, are you coming with us? Your escort is leaving if you choose to come now. I walk out. She has updated our map with a red crayon, unless that was Sarah.
Sarah, get off the... Sarah.
Wanna draw?
No, you can't draw on this one.
You draw.
I'll get you a blank one to draw on later.
I mean, she followed the route.
Yes, I taught her how to draw within the lines.
Why is there a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the top right corner?
What?
He wanted to
She
go on an
got
adventure.
bored.
Sarah evolved into Thrak, evolved into Anjanath.
Evolved into War Greymon. Now that's Sarah at Monk level 20, War Greymon. Terror Force, War!
Hey Krauser, how many distance of time is this?
I'll get there, give me a second.
Calculating
I'm
the
in my
time
map.
at the moment. Yeah, sorry.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
All the wood should be there now.
Which way's
Hopefully
north?
it did not work with me, but does it not have the compass on yours?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does.
He was making a goof. Do not panic yourself.
Yeah.
Hey guys, look. It's a boot. Kicking a ball.
Hey,
Italy!
It's a li-
they're not all
Traversely.
one of the woods is Italian. It's about 18 miles if we follow the dotted road around this area.
Why is that one dot?
Because it does not exist.
We don't know that. We don't know why.
Kind of opposed to the fact that this route will take us near to, I believe, what was called the Bone Grinder.
I mean,
This is true.
There's no other route, but I'm just putting
As
my
well
own
as
position.
taking us close to Castle Ravenloft itself.
If you don't
Depends on what is here.
If you don't want to go on the path, then you can just go like that.
It depends on what this is. I'm assuming it is hilly lands. We could
Yes.
take a small detour to avoid the bone grinder.
we can certainly try that.
I have a distinct feeling we're going to be avoiding everything we can. That is a smart thing.
Well, it's best to make those decisions when we get there. There's no point.
Having plans
I think
beforehand
so.
are useful, so that everyone is in agreement on the subject.
We make a plan of our first stop, which I think is whatever this little village is by this river. We check that out,
Yeah.
Very well. Then let us head there.
and then we decide from there.
Cool,
but
right,
we-
let's get going.
As you've been discussing this, I imagine you're going to travel through town.
Yaha.
Yes.
Okay.
Do, do, do,
Roll
do,
for
do.
me perception.
Who wants to roll the
Everyone.
perception check?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Who's feeling perceptive?
I'll do it.
I only have a 2.
Someone
I
else.
have-
Someone else. Perceptive.
I'll try it.
Oh,
I have
boy.
a 4.
Got twice what you got, boy.
I wasn't really looking.
My perception is interesting.
You were busy looking at Yo-Yo's ass, weren't you?
Am I right to make a roll, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey!
Old glory instincts are like, make the roll. It's like, no.
All right.
Spook vanishes.
Yeah, Spook, you very much hear this. The moaning sob floats through the still grey streets, colouring your thoughts with sadness. Sound flows from a dark 2-story townhouse, which is here.
Mordecai. I hear sobbing.
Is Sarah crying?
No.
I can hear cry. No, I can hear crying coming from that building. It is an unearthly, sorrowful cry.
I'll go check it out.
Do they want a sandwich?
They might want a sandwich.
Are they hungry?
I was more pointing out for you to make a judgment on.
I mean, I don't know why I have to make the judgment.
Would we like to then examine it?
I follow you wherever you go, Mordecai. I trust your decisions, even when they are stupid.
Fuck it, let's check it out.
Who is more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
I was never very good at cards.
I'll start walking towards the house.
Stick
fish.
behind him.
I am right next to the Mordecai boy.
You walk up to the house. It is about 40 foot square, and it seems to be boarded up and barricaded from the inside.
Well, they do not want visitors.
I love the idea of we both walk forwards and me and Thrak immediately go, nope, and then just turn around mid-flow and just start walking.
Oh, they don't want visitors. Alright.
Get out! Well, too bad we can't stay.
I don't knock.
Too late, I didn't.
Is somebody knocking, did you say?
Hello.
He's knocking on the second floor.
God damn it, Winnie the Pooh.
Knocking on the second floor.
I'm throwing Sarah at the window. Boom, boom, boom.
You don't hear any response, but you do keep hearing the sobbing from.
I'm gonna do a quick loop of the building, try and look in the windows. I'll fly up and look at the top windows as well, if possible.
I can forget you can fly, motherfucker.
See if I can see.
You can fly!
See if I can see anything in the windows.
Wait, how can he fly?
Wings.
He has wings.
He's got wings. They're
He's a
multiplying.
feral tiefling.
He is a winged tiefling.
On the second floor, you don't. Actually, roll a. I'll call this
Roll a
A
investigation.
charisma saving throw.
Yeah. What is this, sorry?
Watch it begin to
Investigation.
plummet unconscious.
Sure. We'll go to that skill.
Oh my god!
All the
Goodbye,
doors
Mordecai.
upstairs and downstairs appear to be boarded.
Huh. Okay. Is there a back door?
There is. Yes, it is boarded.
It would appear if we wish to get in, Mordecai, we will have to break an entry.
I
I'll
like break
compliment
things.
Can't we
Not
just
yet.
leave this person to their grief and move on?
Good. But
I'm in agree with the wet one.
Never call me that again.
Apologies.
It's okay,
What was
Trip.
your name?
Marin.
Lady Marin.
It's interesting because as Spook says, well, rather as Spook's character says that.
That Spook's character talks in a stupid voice.
oh, fine.
Okay, it wasn't me. That's fine.
Whoops!
Alright, I panicked then.
I know, we can see it on your face.
I panicked. I said I shouldn't panic, but I panicked.
You just hear ding, ding. Did he take? No, okay, he didn't take me.
Should I tell you? Should I tell you what he did to me before? Do you want to know what he said to me in the whisper before?
Go on.
He took me down there and he went, "I brought you down to whispers, but there isn't actually a whisper." Waluigi! And then put me back, and I was going, "What?" That's exactly what he said to me. That's what I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Waluigi is strong.
That's literally what he said to me.
Waluigi! Wow. That's why he's not in Smash, guys. He's in Curse of Strahd.
God
We go to we throw open the coffin. We get ready with the steak, and he goes, Waluigi, Waluigi von Starfish.
That's some god tier DMing right there.
Yeah, immediately he has outclassed me. And it's 2 sessions in.
Just with the Waluigi mean, done.
Oh yeah, done.
So when Krauser decides to do the stupid thing of opening up this building to go into it, who wants to break the boards?
I can.
Are we gonna see how strong Thrak is?
It's gonna be if it was me, it'd be more likely if I just leaned on them, they might break because they weigh a bunch.
Thrack, he attack, he got your back. But most importantly, he's
He
Thrack.
More
He
than
wants
he-
crack.
More importantly, he wants snack.
He's snack.
Snack.
He wants snack of crack.
It depends on which order you put them three and determines what you're describing about
What
it.
his mood is.
Attack, snack, and got your back.
Okay.
He snack, he attack, but most
crack.
importantly, he got your
You
back.
got your back.
He just has the reputation as the druggie, even though he wasn't the one who bought the drug pie.
More likely to bought a pie.
Of course you fucking bought the drug pies.
How do you feel, Kay? You're an enabler.
We didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know it was a drug pie.
You
Ooh,
tried to feed
cocaine.
it. You knew it was suspicious, and you tried to feed it to the baby.
She
It was
wanted
more
Yeah.
evidence it was a bad pie than a good pie.
Yeah.
I tried to just
Yeah.
look nice and buy her a snack.
Shut the
She
fuck
wanted.
up.
She wanted to eat it.
Exactly.
Adrian made the right choice. I don't care what anyone says. No
he
pie
did.
for child.
Well,
Oh,
it
he
was good, a
definitely
good
did.
thing to give it to, you know, basically
You.
this thing that just eats anything given to him, just like, ooh,
You,
yes.
you don't get it. You like
don't
I
know.
replace him from I replace him from Storm King Thunder. You replace him from Blood and Sands. I'm the druid. You're the barbarian that'll lead anything.
Well, good. I came back to fighting.
Yes.
No, it was
We're just saying that
aggressive agreement.
Neroin is the fat rat from
suddenly-
us too.
You suddenly hear a sharp cracking noise as
Oh.
you probably all spin around and see Marin's pouring some water on a trident. The wood and sort of ivory sort of stuff that was the trident seems to have cracked hard down the middle.
You broke your stick.
Oh, I broke.
You are without a
Well,
weapon.
that's unusual.
It doesn't normally do that. I would let go of that.
Is she pouring water on it, or is water just
Well, yeah,
pouring?
what is happening?
You
What
poured
is
a bit of
happening
water
now
on
that
it
I
and
poured
it
water on it?
starts sucking it. The cracks start forming, and you hear a sucking sound as water seems to be getting sucked in.
Ah,
It's thirsty.
Oh, another spawn of Strahd that's hungry.
I believe the wood is being damaged by the water. You shouldn't do that.
How do you
Another
it's
get
loud
causing
crack
major water
can be
damage.
heard as more wood and stuff starts falling off of the trident, and suddenly, Marin, you would see this. You see an eye looking. You would recognize this as an eye, but others might not, because it is an octopus eye, and its iris is rather different. If you've ever seen an octopus eye.
I have not.
Not personally.
weirdly, I
Yep.
have.
Googles.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Biology, motherfucker. I've always been curious on that shit.
they are weird as fuck.
Yeah, their eyes are really weird.
Specifically, yeah, it. Yeah, I'll just put a thing in.
Very strange. They're like
Oh, you can just
They're
Google
like
it. It's
horizontally slitted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like horizontally slitted, but it's sort of wide. It's usually a bit wider each end, which this one does have a bit wide.
Fair enough.
Everything okay there? Your
Limazul Tango put into the
interesting.
Twitch chat. Go for the eyes! Boo! Go for the eyes!
Is this something we should be concerned about, Lady Marin?
I don't think so.
Is it a
It's
friend?
okay.
Inside check.
Does he think so? No, he doesn't think so.
Everything is fine here.
Yeah, you see the.
Okay, it wasn't me again.
Oh god damn it.
And this episode should be called Curled Around the Edges.
Hey,
Hey. I was gonna call it spooked. Stop, mother, you are doing me a frighten.
you are doing me a big startle.
And it's just,
Right, no, right, no, right, no, right.
Oh look, Twitter's got me tagged in loads of things.
You're welcome.
As Marin is looking down this thing, the cracking becomes more and more intense, and you start seeing this thing. You start seeing what looks like crab limbs picking away at this. What seems to be now more of a shell it's trying to break out of.
I still think you should throw that thing to the ground.
I think that it's hungry. Would you like a sandwich?
I'm going to hit you.
I try feeding it a deer leg.
Do not touch that thing.
No one come near this.
Does it have a name?
Not yet.
What the fuck is it?
Can we call it Mr. Pinchy?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Can you explain what the fuck it is?
What about shrimp?
Go ahead, Das.
If you look at your whispers, I already did.
Right. Oh, come on, roll 20. Work for me. There we go. The what you'd call a creature now, very much more than a weapon, suddenly flexes and pulls itself out of its casing and sort of gently takes hold of Marin's hand, and you all get a sort of good look at this creature now. It is it has that eye, as you saw, but oddly enough, it is a rather trident-shaped creature. It has 3 tentacles that seem to come out the quote-unquote front of its face that end in little crab leg sort of appendages that are fairly pointy. Coming out of the back of its body is a long stingray almost looking tail.
When you go from back of the blade to back of the chain. God damn. This is the most eldritch thing I've ever seen, and of course it's involving curls and knees.
Yeah.
Okay, if I see this thing crawling out of the stick, I'm going to take a swing and try and break the stick.
Go for it.
Can
what
I
am
like?
I rolling?
Oh, yeah, well, I want him to
Just roll
fucking
an
hit.
attack roll.
Just rolling a standard attack.
Can I like try and interpose?
You don't need to.
Well, I don't need to.
No, it's,
Fortunately, I'm
he's
with
not even
idiots.
close.
Pinchy grabs your blade like, bitch!
The thing pulls its tail out now, and it sort of sits on your hand, and it stands up and it looks around at all of you best it can.
How big
with
is
the
this thing?
eye sort of being. It's as big as a.
Is it what,
As big as
sorry?
the trident. I keep thinking you're saying Triton,
So big as fuck.
as in me.
Yeah, it is quite a big creature, and
5
it sort of stands up on its crab legs and it's stretching out, and yeah, it's got quite a thick sort of stingray tail. It's got a main body, which I suppose you could compare to a. You can actually see that it's got a mouth at the bottom of it, an octopus-style mouth, which is a beak, which is sort of slightly inside of it, and an eye on the opposite side of the beak, and 3 limbs at the front.
What is it you always say,
So-
Mordecai? What the actual fuck?
What the actual fuck?
I offered a good berry.
I said maybe it's
If you offer it a sandwich, I will hit you.
I leave it on the ground in front of it.
What?
It
Christ,
doesn't take it because it is currently on our Triton's hand, and just one.
Here I go again.
Oh, dear. This is happening a lot. There's a lot of whispers in this session.
There's going to be a lot of whispers in this campaign.
Wait, does it have one singular eye?
I will like.
Welcome back.
You all hear in your mind. Hello?
Hello.
Illithid demon!
Fuck no.
If you strike
Something in my head.
you,
Oh yeah, now it's still stoned, guys. He's like,
there are voices in
Darren,
my
possibly
head.
because of this incident, you're starting to sober up.
Does it resemble an elephant?
Uh,
Do you know what an elephant
do
is?
any of you
Yes.
know what an elephant looks like?
It's part of
I'm
my
asking everyone.
backstory.
Them
It's
two.
part of my backstory.
I know you do.
Those
So
two
me
do.
and Yototo would know.
No.
Yeah. Not like any elephant you've ever seen. I mean, it's sort of in the same way that an octopus looks like an elephant. This does not look elephant.
It's not humanoid in any sense.
Exactly.
It looks like a trident with appendages.
Yeah, now
What
that
a
it's sort of bent over,
curious
it looks
friend.
less tiny, but it certainly could. It looks like it could easily take that shape.
I demand an explanation as to what this monstrosity is.
Yeah, Marin, come on, what the fuck?
I would give you one if I thought you were worthy of it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I sniff it.
I pull it away from him.
You are not giving me any less inclination to slice it in two.
I don't
It's
believe
looking at
you.
the Goodberry now, which is quite a feat because as it's turn it sort of crawls on the underside of Marin's arm, so it can look at what's on the you've put on the ground, because its eyes on the top of its quote unquote head, body, whatever. And it's like, can I eat that?
I reach down, pick up the good berry in my like palm, and lift it up to him.
I will put it if
He recoils and
I will
seems to
put it on
be
the floor.
taking Marin's orders.
Of course you can.
My first
with
one was
my
out of
hand.
desperation, my
He-
second
he-
will be out of necessity.
He with his tail wrapped around your arm, sort of like a monkey does, and then its body jumps off and into Hayden's hand, takes the berry into its beak, and then pulls itself back.
What a curious little friend.
I pat its head. Well, it's quote unquote head without poking its eye.
Yeah, it's sort of a head / torso, multi-purpose.
Thing.
The only visual reference I can think of for this is something vaguely reminiscent of a face hugger.
Yeah, face
Yeah,
hunter
yeah, a
dog
face hunter
mantle.
is a
It's
great
like a face
example
hunt.
of what it looks- That's a
I'm-
good shape for it. It's got much longer tail, and it's obviously
Not as many
you
legs.
know, it's only got the 3 limbs, and it doesn't really sort of have those finny things on the side. But that is a great example of what.
I'm picturing like the mix between that and the dark mantle.
That was
Sort of,
somebody
yeah.
played, that was somebody played Spore before they played D&D.
Good God,
Yeah,
it's
that
got giant
might be a
things.
good way to get picture of this thing. Maybe I should make
He
it.
just
a
randomizes
score.
it. The fucking goes. And that's what it looks like.
Spore is probably the best thing to show us what this thing is.
Insert Griffin McElroy getting increasingly bitter about Spore for 40 minutes. If it will
yeah, the thing-
settle you, it is an extension of my power and, I believe, my friend.
Yay, friend!
Like a
Believe
And your
It
power
need not
is?
unsettle you.
I am, of course, servant of the Daughter of the Sea.
It speaks better common than you do.
Apparently.
She chooses not to speak that way, I think, maybe.
It is not speaking out loud, by the way. It's speaking in your mind.
telepathy,
That's
yeah.
I hate things intruding into my mind.
I telepathically message him, oh, do you?
My mind is my sanctum and private to me and me alone.
Unfortunate. I say out loud.
You people are weird.
You're a mighty fine one to talk.
They certainly are.
I am a hunter, thank you. And you people mess with my head. I don't like it.
I do not know the difference between a hunter, a crocodile, or an alligator. Now, are you going to break this wall down, or are we going to walk away with whatever crustacean you have decided to conjure up for yourself?
Open the door.
you all hear this because it seems to just be talking openly now. It's like, I am fed and watered. It has been too long. I only know the trident shape. Would you like me to take?
If it would please you.
I will take. I am your weapon, fish. I will take whatever form you wish. I just need to-
K and Blue simultaneously. What?
What?
Heads up. Fucking synchronized.
Same cluster.
I can't
true.
be anything too much larger than my size, and some things are hard than others, but I can take the general shape of most things.
And trident is perfectly fine.
As you say this, it scurries along in your arm and puts the base of its tail into your hand, and then stretches out and takes the shape of a trident with its crab sort of claws into a three. It's suddenly become rigid, and it's very much as if it was a trident.
Spook, don't laugh at the word rigid.
Das don't laugh at the word rigid. I saw that.
Rigid in your hand got me more than that.
No.
Damn it,
What's
you're
in
both-
your hand?
the Shadow
It
Realm with
goes
the both of you.
vroom.
We're already in the Shadow Realm, girls.
So, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, how
How's
interesting. Just kind of spin it.
You spin it, and it's as if you were spinning a trident.
I mean, interesting is definitely one way to put it.
It is a
This
new
requires further
friend.
study
You
at a
can
later
tell
date.
just by your connection with it. It seems to be as if you had a. Even though you're packed of the weapon, this does indeed seem to be a pact of the weapon. This seems to be very much a weapon to your. You seem bound just as you would to a weapon to this.
I will not be eating sushi for at least a year.
Do me a favour and do not eat sushi in my presence at all.
What's sushi?
Oh, now I want some.
I open my bag, look for a fish. I don't have a fish.
Oh.
Unfortunate. Can we get moving?
You say that a lot.
Lock
Go to
the door.
Are we really going in to where the crying is? We can
Yep.
Is this
Yes, we
crying
need
still
to see
happening?
what's wrong with this person and help.
leave them to their grief in private.
If we can help people, we should.
Are we opting in or out, Mordecai?
In. There's no immediate danger. We should investigate.
Very well. Then I shall break open the boards.
Ah,
Okay,
maybe.
you start. Roll an athletics check, see. Yeah, you slowly board. Some of them are sort of breaking
You're gonna
barricade,
chime in
but
and
you
show off Thrash.
eventually get there. Only takes a couple of minutes, and yeah, you got a clear way through the door.
I step in. Hello.
I like how you're
Anybody
stepping in
home?
first.
Yeah, I stepped past you, fucker.
Feel free. I ain't stopping
Yes,
you.
you'll die.
I want to make a new character. Yeah.
Guess you'll die,
Sure.
yeah.
19 AC. You step in first, by all means.
I'm the polite old man. Get fucked, you grumpy bastard.
It's alright. The graveyard's not too far away.
Just because I'm carrying my body.
There's pre-dug holes.
It's amazing how you survived to be that old with that sense of
It is,
self-preservation.
yeah, it's 3 blue 20.
Blaze it.
As you wander around, you eventually establish that there's not much to this abode, but you do eventually come upstairs. You see there is a woman sat in the middle of the room, clutching what seems to be a malformed doll. She is just sobbing to herself.
Out of character. It's a witch, guys. Don't start on it.
Turn
Out
the
of
lights off.
character, we should leave immediately.
In character. Hello. Are
Hello?
you okay? Hello.
Please no.
Hello?
Is anybody there?
Gertrude,
I do not do the meme.
my
Okay.
daughter, Gertrude. She's missing.
Who's missing?
My daughter. Her name is Gertrude. She broke out of the house about a week ago, and I don't know where she is.
Insight check.
Just while we're here, because I know I can I just use my primeval awareness to check if there's any shit nearby?
Hey! Fucking Stacy's already
Oh
on
my
point.
God.
Yeah, really. Like, immediately.
Try to cheat, friend.
It is a friend.
Put that on the stream.
Yeah.
That's That's awesome.
Crap out of it.
Yeah, I just want to sense if any of those creatures are nearby.
That's
Beginning
fantastic.
at third level, you can use your action to expend one ranger spell slot to focus, see if any shit is nearby. The Mordecai equivalent.
Yeah, is any shit within?
We're
Like,
noting those
me?
tentacles on the face / body thing. Do end in
Immediately
like
ping
crab
you.
legs, but beyond that, that is perfect. By which I mean it sort of has like a crabby sort of shell exoskeleton, so they're hard points at the end. But beyond that, that is perfect. So primeval awareness. What is this? What are you doing primeval awareness for?
Within a mile, I know if any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey fiends are undead within a mile.
Undead, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You're gonna be here a while.
As far as undead goes, you can sense a metric butt ton in just about every direction.
Yep.
Seems legit.
It is vastly concerning because basically, like if let's say you could color code it and they would just appear like little tiniest little fairy lights just in your range of view. Everything basically just lit up like a Christmas.
Nice.
Wunderbar.
But it takes you a while to sort of adjust, but you can determine that none of them are in this house.
Okay, that's fine.
I like the picture that
Bit
there's loads of
overbearing.
undead pinging everywhere, and then he goes, "Oh, there's a celestial." Nope, wait, it's gone.
Wait, no, it's dead.
Oh, there's one.
Can't sense it anymore. Huh, that's weird.
Blue is in character.
Black.
What's your favorite terrain?
Forests. I think
Broken down houses.
Fucking
Or it might
Not
be
really in
Zimmer.
your favorite terrains.
It might be
But anyway, as far as your insight goes, yes, she is devastated. She is sorrowful.
beautiful.
She seems to have a bit of gas.
Speaking Undercommon.
Yes, she's saying, "Please help me."
Says she wants a sandwich.
Yes.
Sandwich!
When we get back to the inn or whatever inn we get to, I'm just going to make sandwiches for the party and put good berries.
You're gonna be fucking. You're gonna be the
Maybe a trip to
fucking
the bar
one
grind of
thing
witness.
from Lilo and Stitch, the
Yes.
one that's
yes.
basically at the same level as Stitch, but just
But
makes
just
sandwiches
doesn't
all
want to
fucking day.
fight, just make sandwiches.
625.
Yeah, 65.
Except he is lazy, slow, and stupid.
So we now have another objective, Mordecai.
No, not
Try
necessarily.
to find your daughter. Where did she? Do you believe she had somewhere she wanted to go?
I wish I'd know. I wish I knew. I fear the worst, but I don't know.
I look
We will
around the
try to
house.
Find her. Don't worry. We will do our best to find her for you. What does she look?
Well, she takes after me. She looks much like me, only not just old and worn, I suppose. Who's feeling particularly perceptive?
Me.
I'm always on the lookout for bullshit.
I was just gonna look around the house.
Maximum of 3 of you roll.
No.
Not this time.
I seem to be reliable.
You see this. The doll she's holding, it has a strange leer about it and wears a sackcloth dress.
What do you mean by? Sorry, the actual word leer. I don't understand. What do you mean by it?
Your defense gets lowered.
Its eyes. Yes, it's interesting. Its eyes.
Fuck you! I'ma just keep tackling.
That was so
Basically-
quick.
The Pokemon memes are real.
Its eyes look at you almost unpleasant.
It's like
I
a
would
really
say-
evil stare.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of. Pissed probably isn't even the right word. It's not a good look.
Unpleasant,
it-
malicious, or lavish. Like,
It's basically the look of the doll in any horror film.
It's not like a vacant
Straight
expression. It looks like it's not happy. Like it's an unhappy looking doll.
You're being judged by a doll.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're being
judged
judged by a doll.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic because I can once per short rest as a furball.
Go ahead.
Boop!
The light is blinding.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Do you wanna let the thing pop up or
Nah.
actually cast the spell?
Basically, anything within 30 foot just got a magical aura. I'm 90% sure it's 30 foot. So you can see
Yeah,
what sort of
30
magic it is as well.
No, the
Yeah, 30
no.
feet.
Besides your new friend Wave, there's nothing particularly magical in the area.
Say that name again?
Wave.
The name of the Titan.
Me and Spook slowly stare at each other. Excuse me?
Oh, really? What a weird name for a trident.
That's
I've never heard of a trident call that name before.
I know, right? It's so
We
peculiar.
also don't know that in character.
I
so-
know, that's why we're not
Thing
saying
that
anything.
I don't know any of this, so don't.
What?
I don't mind that they do.
Now is not the
No,
time.
but I don't want to know.
Now is not the time.
Ooh.
Carry on. No, we're not allowed to tell her because it might mean something.
Yeah!
Carry on.
What's your next character going to be, Kels?
I
Just on a
have
completely
no
unrelated topic.
inclination. We will do our best. Also, your doll is judging me. Have a nice day.
And Adrian just turns around and
As
walks away.
blunt as a fucking hammer.
Yep.
Not high
You
charisma.
You leave her to her sobbing.
It's polite.
Can I
not-
look around the house
not
for
speaking.
possible clues before we leave?
You most certainly can.
CSI Barovia, here we go.
Hey!
Roll
Investigation?
as that's what you're doing.
I bet it's got a real high intelligence.
No.
You don't find anything. The only thing you find is that you're getting more sober.
This place sucks.
Yeah. It's getting that way. Not nearly as rainbows as it was a couple of minutes ago.
Let us continue along on the path and move out of the village of Barovia.
Are we taking this Irene lady with us?
Well, seeing as
here.
she's not here with us now, no.
I guess not.
Then let us make way, because
Hang on, guys. The cutscene
night
just
approach.
happened.
Come on,
Nah.
Matt. Joke with me.
I just said the
Damn you,
cutscene.
dramatic timing.
There we go.
And off into the sunset we go.
Sunset?
I would like to try to lead the party with the map in the direction of the place we want to go to, which is the.
Jeez.
The little dotted path there.
So you're heading towards the bridge
The little
first,
village.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
across the
Okay.
bridge.
I'm going to use the map and I'm going to use the road as my markers and try to lead as least possible.
Okay, somebody roll for me.
What?
Spook, you rolled a 13 earlier. Not just yet, you're basically on a road to a bridge. At the
That didn't
moment.
count. That didn't count.
What does that
Didn't
even
count.
mean?
Roll
He,
a.
he wrote a 13 earlier.
What does that mean?
It actually means something else, but for now, I'll have you roll a d12 plus a d8.
Ah, yes. The mysterious rolls begin.
Go
if you
ahead,
ask me to roll a
Spook.
d4, I.
Go ahead, Spook,
Yeah.
roll some dice.
Oh no. Oh no. You
I
know.
rolled my age. It was 18.
Oh,
What
That
does
sounds
that
really
mean?
good or really
no.
bad.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, why? Higher is worse.
I'm just gonna make.
We
a
don't
note
know
of
what
that.
table that's for.
I'll take a guess.
It could
That's
be
one of those-
for a nothing table.
Yeah, it could be for the DM shitting with you while Luigi table.
Not that I would know anything about that.
All that happens is he takes us into a room and just says a Nintendo character's voice name into our heads and prepare them to us. Supposed to be in
Dark
Wario.
Souls, you've died thing appears across all our screens.
Waluigi.
You don't know what killed you, but you think a mimic might have tattooed you from across a room.
All of our computers turn off, and that just appears on our monitors.
As you approach the river, you can see that this particular river flows as clear as a blue winter sky through the...
Ooh.
However, standing on the bridge, you see a red figure. At least you would if I had remembered to put the picture of the bloody thing there.
Put it in the chat, no one will know.
Come on, work with me.
Drink the blood of an Englishman, I'm gonna leave.
You guys have fun?
Mm-hmm. You know the rhyme.
Of course he knows the rhymes. Ominous guard!
Ominous
Dun, dun,
red
dun, dun.
filter.
He actually appears almost as a red mist standing there.
We've only heard good things about Mist so far.
Yeah.
Hello.
As you approach, he points his spear toward.
I point my sword in return.
I put my
Half an hour in
I put the map away, and I just have my staff out and I have a hand behind my back and I have a produce flame ready. We don't mean you any harm. Could we please get past?
He moves towards you, and it appears he's about to attack. You seem to be somewhat prepared, you lot. So, do you want? I'll let you have an attack
Yeah,
first.
sure. I'll fly off to the I'll shoot him.
Okay, I'm gonna
step
throw a
forward.
produce flame at his face.
I step back.
I step back.
Yeah, produce flame at his face. Go ahead.
I'll shoot with my longbow as well.
Ooh.
That's a hit. That's some damage. Go ahead
I
and
will
roll.
go into a rage.
I simply draw my shield and wait.
Do I get all my dread ambusher and shit?
You hit. Yep.
Drag ambusher.
Dread ambush is pretty
So
cool.
I get
Energy ambush!
Full drag.
so level
Ninja
damage
style!
plus.
What's a drag
That
ambush?
is more than enough. Between the fire
it's
and
dead.
the arrow piercing this thing, the mist sort of breaks apart, and onto the bridge clatters a familiar silver coin with a dragon face on it.
Do not touch that coin!
Oh well.
Remember correctly, last time touching the coin was not what summoned anything. Having left
Do
it
not touch
last
the coin.
time, something popped up. However, that is where we will leave it tonight.
No!
Wow, that combat lasted long.
Yeah, well, that was not a particularly hard thing to deal with.
He didn't even use combat music, that's how easy.
What's happening?
Is that...
What's that mean?
I feel like that's the mood of the campaign. What does that mean?
Well, what the fuck is going on? Mood.
New name for the campaign. This
you.
is not Dreadsold, it's what the fuck is going
Uh,
on.
What the actual fuck?
Thank you all for joining me for another delightful session of Dread.
We'll see you
Huh?
not next week because next week's Halloween and people are busy, right?
Spooky, scary,
Miss
Have
Byrne.
a happy Halloween,
So
everybody.
2 weeks if we survive the Halloween.
We probably
We
won't.
won't.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good luck.